get to the rest of them. Let's see what else is coming out here. So there are the levels that we gave out just momentarily here in the chat box area. For those of you who are haven't written them down, they're right there for you. So you can kind of use them as a guide, like I said. They are there to help guide you along, give you, we can add to them, subtract from them, delete them, adjust them, and nothing here is etched in stone. We are trading mini S&Ps and trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. As the market continues to slowly down off of that 10 area. I don't know what happened there. That was very strange. Oh, okay. Right, it's next level down below is down at 98. Again, sidewinding. We always talk about how the first bar always kind of engulfs the whole trading range for the last overnight 4 or 5 hours, and that's a perfect example of it right there, where it just completely overtakes the last 4 or 5 hours of trade in the first 5 minutes. It happens all the time. I think it happened yesterday for us. As long as we know and expect and understand why it's happening, then we can trade around it, right? Or some of you who are more risk averse, maybe don't want to trade because of the volatility in the first bar. And it happens a lot. So again, these are all options for you that you have to consider as a trader, right? That's what you're here to do. You have to understand the risk, and then once you understand the risk, you kind of go from there. All right, we're kind of just drifting back down here. Let's see. Like I said, what are we, as far as our numbers today are concerned? Oh, I don't even have that. Somewhere along the line, it's lost. All right, so we do have new home sales or home sales at the top of the hour. We can go to, wait here, I have this here. So what else we can do? Today is 29th, so okay. I don't know what happened to my usual email that I get with all the news. It's not here, so it's kind of throwing me off for a loop. Anyway, it is what it is. So GDP did come out. The economy grew 1.6% in the first quarter, a 6.4% annual rate, on its way to returning to pre-pandemic levels by the summer. That's what came out at 7:30. As you can tell here, the 7:30 didn't really do much except for the bond market. It kind of reacted there in the bond market. They kind of sold off a little bit. So yesterday at the FOMC, they obviously left everything the same, and it was kind of quiet. You had a little bit of a jerky reaction when the results first initially came out, and then what happened was, he had his Q&A, and once he had his Q&A, he said a few things that created some volatility to the market. The main item that he said that created the volatility was, he said that the market is kind of frothy. That was the term that he used, frothy. Frothy is frothy. Hey, what can you do? Frothy is frothy. But he used the word frothy and he created a little push to the downside. And then somebody was suggesting that well, thank goodness for frothiness. Otherwise, if where would all that crypto money be going to if it wasn't going into crypto and everybody making all this like crazy money in crypto? At least the younger folk are anyway. Whoever believes or doesn't know or just jumps in. There's $2 trillion in crypto roaming around, and if that wasn't in crypto, it would probably be in a frothier, even frothier kind of market. So I think what he was saying was that he actually does like the fact that crypto was there. You know, it would be less frothy, or the market would be frothier, one or the other, something like that. Get my drift. Anyway, that's where we're at, and now market is kind of again same range it was at before. Just kind of bouncing around here overnight. Just did go and clip at the 10 level. Head fake or not, the area worked for us very nicely. And now we're just kind of gravitating here, trying to see what we're going to do next. Well, there's always a yin and yang with Wall Street. The interesting word that everybody likes to use when they like to blame things on Wall Street. So when he said, what do you say? Wall Street didn't build America, but the money that Wall Street makes build America. So it's just it's there's always a yin yang push between politicians and Wall Street. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people these days are involved in Wall Street. So is he attacking everybody by saying that? Because there's a lot more people on Wall Street these days than before. That's for sure. I mean, so I don't know. They get themselves all wrapped up in terminology sometimes and blame game. Instead of working together, everybody likes to blame everybody or something. Always the case, right? That's what we got there. Anyway, that is what it is. All right, we're just kind of hanging here right around our pivot area. Very, very quiet. So we do have a home sales coming out here at 9 o'clock. We'll see where that takes us or not. You never know. Well, again, it's no use to argue about it. It's all political view, right? Again, the issue still remains the same, is that it's easy to blame people instead of trying to work with people. I keep saying that about Democrats and Republicans. I keep saying it about anybody, especially these days. There's a lack of working together instead of blaming people. That's my point of saying that. wasn't to get into a political conversation about Wall Street. It's much easier for everybody. The blame game goes around a lot easier these days than just let's say, okay, how are we going to work together to make this happen? But it doesn't really matter. The market likes it, right? Market is enthralled by it. They like what's going on, and you know, is only unfortunate thing about what the market likes and what how we do is how we trade is where the VIX is. All right, so the VIX has got to be, I don't know, 16 some, I'm guessing. If somebody can let me know, the 1714. So just creeping up there, staying up above the 16 level just by a eyelash. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. Yeah, the market is again a little range bound here, as you could tell. Overnight range kind of staying the same. Right now, trying to stay below blue band there. See what it wants to do. I don't know. It's right around our pivot. That's not. I'm not doing anything. So kind of a quiet little situation here. Oh, I don't know about that. The companies that lose money have the highest stock prices. That's not investing. Well, that's a totally different story now. You're not sound like you're mad instead of trying to accept what's around you and trying to deal with it. You know, this is where we're at. It doesn't mean that it's gambling. It's still not gambling, but it's not what doesn't make sense. I've always said that market used to look at valuations of companies, but that doesn't make any sense. There are situations like that GameStop situation where it totally doesn't make any sense. But it's a consequence of computers. Okay, it's not a matter. It's not Wall Street. It's the fact that people have computers and have social media. That was not there 30 years ago, where you could get a herd of people to do one thing at the same time. So it is, again, that is a consequence of technology and where we're at, and how people conceive technology and how they trade it. It's totally. I agree. It's not investing, because if you're talking about a GameStop situation, yeah, I totally agree. It's kind of crazy, but that's not a consequence of investing. It's not Wall Street's fault. It's social. It's technology. Now, how do you control that? How do you, well, I mean, again, those are policy changes also. I mean, it doesn't mean that, that's the reason. But how do you control social media? That's something that's not, it's very tough to quantify. They used to have antitrust laws. Doesn't mean that it's the world is coming to an end because they're not following them. You have to make adjustments to what's going on around you. That's all. I mean, whether you think it's right or wrong, they've decided to move along and get to this point. And so you as an investor have the ability to say yes or no, just like we have the ability to say yes or no to trades here. All right, so we're coming back up here to our pivot, kind of held at around the two-ish area. Let's see what it wants to do. Coming here to our pivot. Bonds kind of trickled down here a little bit. You know, see what that means. I mean, we are at a 42 handle. Bonds come back down to the 156 range. Now we're kind of bouncing off of our blue band there. We want our pivot as well. If you were a little aggressive, maybe you took the trade. All depends on how aggressive you were. We are definitely, but they definitely kind of pulled the plug. We do have a number coming out here at the top of the hour at 9 o'clock. We'll see where that brings us, takes us, or doesn't. That support down below is down at that 98 area. Do have a number coming out here, top of the hour. So we'll see what that brings us. Market slowly trickling down here a little bit. That if you wanted to sell it against the blue band there, or maybe the pivots, if you were looking for a leveled, well, if you were looking for a place to sell it. So there are the problem with as the market continues to downtick here a little bit. The problem with the Fed is that they're worried about inflation, but there are pressures there from commodity prices that are keep increasing. You see what's going on in the commodity world with lumber, with even the all the grains are pushing new highs that they haven't seen for a while. These commodity prices that keep increasing are definitely going to have an effect at some point on the on the and inflation worries that the Fed has to consider worrying about, because they seem to be pretty unworried for the time being. As the bond market continues to downtick here, kind of moving in the same direction now. Sometimes they move inversely, sometimes they usually move inversely between equities, but today they're kind of just dealing with what the Fed, maybe the bond market. Again, the bond market is always looking forward, and maybe they see things a little bit differently than equities, a little bit. Again, the inflationary issue with at what point do you raise rates is always a question that is on the Fed's mind. We talked about what they did last time and how that created some pockets of resistance there. So, taper tantrum, I think they called it, whatever it was. But whatever the case is, it's definitely a situation that they have to be concerned about. As we continue to downtick here just a little bit, coming down here to the 98 area. Well, that I didn't get filled there. Now we're still on the same bar, so we'll see what happens. Anybody have any questions as far as what we do or not? We are trading mini S&Ps here. We are looking to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. We are trying to find those inflection points. They give us the opportunity to scalp the market. 2 to 3 points is target initially, but again, depending on how you trade and what your risk tolerances are, you definitely, and there's possibilities of taking more than 2 or 3 points on some of these entry points. We like to keep our stops at 2 to 3 points so that we can take advantage of those opportunities when they do give us more than that, and stay in the game that way when we're not right, because we are, again, trading price action. So sometimes we're going to be right, sometimes we're not. The point is, it keeps you in the game. So that's what we do here on an everyday basis. So if anybody has any questions, or if you missed the levels or anything like that, just put it in the chat box area there, where I'll be able to see it first and be able to answer your questions. Coming down here, maybe going to try to retest or test the 98 area. Or maybe not. Yeah, we're just kind of floating around here. Again, if you see the price action and you don't like the way it's acting, you can make an adjustment to them. This is where you can adjust. You can leave it. It all depends on your risk tolerance, and everybody has different risk tolerances. As we mention this all the time. All right, well, I did not get filled there. Hopefully, maybe somebody else did. So you have to make a determination of how you want to trade around this little area here. Tova, do I think a downward day after the rally yesterday could be expected? Actually, yesterday, it didn't really rally. Kind of, they sold it off at the end of the day because of the Fed and everything. So it didn't really rally, but you might ask me about, after the Fed day, what could happen. I try not to have any expectations as to what the market's going to do, because that usually gets me in trouble in regards to having an opinion. So I sway away from any opinion. It keeps me out of trouble. And so I just trade what the market has given me at any particular moment in time. And that way I just, keep my stop in there, and I don't worry about, which way it's going. I use my levels, because it seems that when you do have an opinion or a feeling, or do I think, when you start thinking, we get ourselves in trouble. So we try to keep the thinking here on what we do to a very minimal amount, and we just trade what the market is telling us. I hope that makes sense, right? All right, nice. Again, took a little bit of heat there against our 98. Maybe you got in at a lower level because we made an adjustment. Again, they could have definitely made the adjustment for the right reason. And we talk about making adjustments all the time, because we're traders, we can. So, yeah, so that's what I try to do. I try to not trade a bias, Tova. If I gets me in trouble, I've got myself in trouble thinking that the market's got to go down today, because it's got to go down, right? It's been up for like 10 days in a row. Why would it not go down on the 11th day? Yeah, that gets you, that gets me in trouble. All right, so maybe you made the adjustment on the entry point there against our 98. I think you could have been, I was hinting on that a little bit because we didn't get our entry point at 8.5. And maybe you made a little bit of an adjustment. And that way we were able to take advantage of it. The, the level. Again, there's a secondary support level in addition to the level that we give out. It's not just, that's what I, when I give out a level, there's a backup a little bit. And sometimes their backup works, or sometimes it just doesn't go. Nothing works. So, but all right. So we are just kind of hanging here on these lows. Again, there was a little sell opportunity there on the against the pivot. If you traded it off that quick rotation off of our 10 area, and remember everything's an area. There's nothing etched in stones. No, there's no like one price that's people have. It's an area. It's how you trade the area that's important. And if anybody's wants to ask me any questions, this is trading in our equity mini S&Ps. The levels that we gave out are in the chat box area for you. And those are kind of used as a guide for the day. I've said this many times. We add, subtract, delete, adjust, do whatever we have to do to them. We did that right now with the 98 area. And obviously our 10 level above worked very nicely. And if you were looking to enter into a trade there against winning short, you had an opportunity there against our pivot. Once the market kind of told you maybe what it was going to do, maybe you had a little bit of a downward bias at that point that the market told us. Remember, the market said it, not me or anything else. The market gives us the indications that to trade. I don't try to outguess what the market's going to do. Sometimes it's easier to jump in, sometimes it's not. All right. So the 9 o'clock number came out. And that maybe pushed us to these lows here. All right, kind of bouncing, kind of stopped here at 95 and change, bouncing back up here a little bit. All right, market continues to down tick here a little bit. Next support level we have is down at 92 area. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of business, but it's really kind of contained little break here. Nothing too exciting. You're so sweet, by the way. I appreciate that. Telling me that. Now, we're going to be like, it's going to be like 40 today. Remember, I told you it was like 80 on Tuesday. It's 40 today. That's a high. 45 maybe. And then 75 on Saturday. So we're fine. We're good here. Just got to keep a little jacket handy. That's all. But thanks for letting me know what the weather is going to be in California. It's always good to share. Well, I mean, you're going to be wearing, what do you think? I'm going to be wearing shorts at 40 degrees outside? Kidding me? Not today. Not me. All right, we got down to 93 and change there. We had the 92 area as a little support. All right, market continues to downtick here a little bit. Support-ish around the 92 area. Could you have gotten short? Maybe again against the 06, you could have gotten short. Maybe against this 98, 99 area if you were a little aggressive. Again, everybody trades differently and has different risk tolerances and how you look at things. So as we come down here to the 92 area, All right, we're just kind of working the 92 area here, see what the market wants to do. And just keep your stop in no matter what. All right, working this 92 area here. And just kind of just drifting down here and just kind of doing its own little thing. All right, getting a little bit of a rotation here against our 92 area. Again, how you scale in, it got down to 90 and a quarter, so you should not have gotten stopped out, maybe to getting out of some of your lower entry points. Again, I have to work this one a little bit. All right, there we go. Nice rotation here against against our 92 area there. Hopefully you were able to, I mean, you shouldn't have been able to, if you use the 2-point stop, you didn't get stopped. So that should be good. If you scaled in, get yourself a little bit more than 2 points. Okay. All right. So nice little trade there if you did partake against our 92 area. If you have any extra, maybe you try to hold on to some. See if we can get a little bit higher with the trailing stop. All right, you're probably out of the trades now if you didn't have a trailing stop. Next level downside support is down at 84. No, not initially there, Don. You have to wait for it to make that rotation. Right, market continues to downtick here, kind of retracing the overnight pretty much we're just retracing the overnight uh, range after those all-time new highs. You get to that 40 new handle, and people are just going to start taking a little bit of profits, and especially since the Fed Powell said it's frothy. Market's frothy. And you can see how, the trade was one way yesterday, something else overnight after FOMC, and now we're getting another trade right here. So there's always going to be some volatility. Again, it's how these people absorb what he's saying, and then kind of try to decipher what all of it means. So we're continuing this rotation to the downside here. Next support level we have is down at 84. Let me give you some levels below the 79, which is our last level on the downside. We got 84, 79, 72, and 66. Below 84, we've got 79, 72, and 66. Like, we never knows which way the markets are going. If I knew we were going to break from the opening or after we made our high, right? That was the old fake out. Somebody mentioned it was a fake out up to that 10 area. I would have told you to stay short. I would have said, just go away and come back in an hour, and you'll be happy. I would have told everybody the same thing. I swear I would have shared. I just didn't know. And if anybody else here knew that it was going to break 20 points, you should have told me so we could share it with everybody. All right, we're kind of staying on the lows, rotating again. Market is kind of a little heavy here, at least for a time being. Probably taking some profits. I mean, we're still up 13 points on the day from Friday's close. So this is just probably buy the rumor, sell the fact. The fact that the Fed didn't do anything, the fact that we opened up at a 42 handle, way above a 42 handle, not even around it. And they're just kind of taking some profits off. Is it a bad thing? Yeah, it is what it is. So that's how I look at it. Could we take advantage of it? I think we have. We've done pretty good with our levels. We sold our top. We sold our upper resistance there. That was the high of the day, and now we're coming down here, and it gave us a little bit of a bounce there against our level, so we can't complain. They don't need to do more stimulus because they have the infrastructure bill. Now he's got this other thing he's got going. They don't need stimulus. The stimulus is in the government spending that they're doing for all these different projects that they have. So that's why the market is appreciating it, because the only question is at what point, when you start saying, what taxes you're going to raise, then we'll see what the market does at that point. I mean, that's the only real question is here. What's going to happen when they start raising taxes? The other problem we have, again, it is a problem, is that the commodity prices keep going up, and at some point, that the rotation of those prices going up is going to be, coming down to the consumer. So that is going to definitely be, I think, at some point, at some point a little bit of an issue. As the market continues to downtick here, a little support down at 84. No, it's not. That's not what it maybe different programs, but not and not like in a stimulus check situation. All right, we're coming down here to the 84 level. I'm a little bit nervous, the market. Okay, we'll repeat the levels in the chat box area in a second. And there they are for you. Coming down here and testing this 84 level. Again, we've added a couple more levels underneath. Got a little extra volatility going here in the market, right? All right, kind of working this 84 area. Giving you a chance here, if you don't like the price action, to maybe get out of some for a little bit of a profit. If you're trading multiple contracts. Again, they're selling shoes this morning going. Again, could we have gotten short? Well, again, we sold a high. There was a chance there to get a short against our pivot. Another little chance there against the 99 area if you're a little aggressive, but otherwise, not really any sell opportunities there that you can see as the market is kind of trying to test our 84 area here. All right, there we go. Nice little rotation there. Just took a little bit of heat there on the bottom, but it was quick. It didn't linger. The 92 area kind of lingered down there. This one didn't linger down there. It just quickly came back up. Made it a little bit easier for you to kind of hang in there with it. At least get out of some, at least for a little profit if you didn't hold on to the whole thing. And nice rotation there against our 84 area, as you can see. So like I said, if we wanted to get short anywhere, we did sell our high. There was another opportunity there against the 06 pivot. And then 99 a little while ago. And then now we're just continuing to downtick here. Next support, as you can see in the chat box area, is down at the 79 area. And all we can do is take advantage of ebbs and flows in the market. Tova, did you get on the right? Are you on the right? Are we trading the right contract now, or are we still different than what we have? What is in Tova? She was trading the big S&P, which is kind of, I don't even understand how they even have that up there. Or I don't know what was going on there. All right, nice little rotation there against our 84 area. All right, again, if you need any help, we can help you out there, especially since you're in the United States. Canadians, it's a little bit of a problem. Europeans are still okay, but Canadians, you're up in Canada, you guys got your own problems up there. It's hard to trade. They don't like traders up there in Canada. But you're in Washington. You're close, but you're still in the United States. Washington State. I think that was Washington State, right? WA. Yeah. Yeah, Canadians, you don't want to be Canadians and trade. They're just those rules up there. Whew. It's like we're criminalizing trading over there. I don't know. Maybe they do think we're criminals. Who knows? I don't know. Sure. I'll type it out in the chat here, and you can. Let me know if you got it. Okay. I'll type it out right now for you. Let me know if you got it. All right, so we've hanging around our lows here. Don't know which way it's going to go. And kind of just, I don't know if it's consolidating yet. We'll see. It's kind of just hanging around the lows. Consolidation means it goes back up to the 90 something. Well, it depends where. All it did right now is come back into range that we've been at for the last 3 days. And maybe that's a consolidation area, right? You might be right. All right. It seems like we want to continue to downtick here. Next support level on the downside we have is down right here at the 79. So be a little bit careful as the market has a little bit of energy. All right. Nice little rotation there off of our 79 area. Don't know if he got filled there at 79, but definitely 79 and a half. And a nice quick rotation there off of that 79 area. All right, there's our 2 points right now. So there's a nice little quick bounce. That was the first time we had a quick, easy bounce there off of our areas there at 79 and a half. Again, if you got in at 80, you did okay too. Any of those entry points, you did fine. So our 79 level worked very nicely. As you can see here, we're trying to find these levels of inflection to give us an opportunity to make some money. We don't care about which way the markets are going. All we care about is opportunity to trade. And that's where we're at. As long as we get the opportunity to trade, that's what we're looking for. I try not to depend on too many things. The less I have, the better, easier for me to find things and trade things. I start looking at too many other things and it starts to confuse me. I'm a very simple guy here. You have to remember, I traded on the floor where we didn't have all these fancy computers giving me tick charts up to the second and or millisecond, and rotations on charts up to the millisecond, and I just took things straightforward, tried to find levels, tried to find opportunities, and it's working for me. And why am I going to confuse myself? I mean, I could, right? I could, but I'm a simple guy. Less things I don't have any indicators up there. I mean, I do have a Bollinger Band, but the Bollinger Band works really nicely for us. Our Bollinger Band players love it. If that's an indicator, I don't know. We do have our moving averages. I don't know if that's an indicator, but we do have those two concepts. But that's about it. I mean, the rest is pretty much straightforward. We are looking for opportunities that the market presents itself, giving it to us. If it gives it to us, that's great. If it doesn't, we'll look for the next opportunity. Ooh, what happened there? Right. The 21-22. All right. So if you got the trailing stop, maybe you got fill out on the rest. If you have any extras, a nice little quick rotation there off of our 79, got up to 85 and change. So a nice push off of our level here. Maybe you're able to sneak a little bit more than 2 points, 3 points. That's correct. So all these levels that we've given out, we've been buying them. 98, 92, 84, 79, and we're lucky in a sense that they've all been profitable for us and been able to take minimally 2 points on each trade, 3 points for sure, probably. Well, let's not get carried away. My wife would not think so, but okay. But thanks anyway. The bond market is reacting to the S&P's breaking. They're actually rallying a little bit. How do you like that? A little inverse trade? Nah, not really, right? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I would tell you, believe me, I would. I have no problem telling you anything I know. I think there's going to be a good trades. I will tell you. It's been a while since I said I really like this level. It has been a while since I said something like that. I gotta keep that opportunity intact when I say I really like something. That's a good question. Sometimes the bond market leads, sometimes it reacts, and uh, again, we don't focus in too much on it. Maybe on a longer term basis, it gives us some indication of what might be happening. But for our trading for our trading, we're not going to be focused on it too deeply. We just kind of have it there. Remember, the reason that we have the bond market up there is because it's a very selfish reason, because I traded in the bond market and I feel like I should have it up there because it was where I dipped my toes in every morning for a long time, yelling and screaming at everybody. Hey, it was fun while it lasted. Unfortunately, you know, the technology took over. Damn technology. Makes sense because it's just there to look pretty. I don't know. Yeah, well, that's what it is. Very nice. Nice rotation. You bond traders, bonds are great. When bonds, when bonds are, I mean, they're a great market to trade. It's just, except they've become more one way than anything else. And that's the problem. I don't like it. I mean, what you did is probably the only way you can make money. You put on a bond trade and you woke up the next morning and then there it is. You got your profit. Okay, I can see that happening. But I mean, we're here, we're trading. So the difference is that we're actually, trading. If I wanted to put on a trade overnight and just kind of sit with it, or I can do this in the S&Ps, I can do it with any market, right? But I'm not here to just put on a trade and kind of just let it watch it. I like trading it, and that's what we do here. Can we repeat the levels again? If somebody can uh, need to put the levels in there one more time, maybe. All right, our pivot this morning was 4206. Resistance at 10, 16, 24, and 30. Support below at 4198. Glenn, you missed a good morning. 4198, 92, 84, 79, 72, 66. We got it. It kind of bounced off of all of them for us, including the 10 level above. All right, did you get the levels? Yeah, it was a good day. Good day for a Thursday. Can't complain. Actually, any day you make money is a good day. And there you go. All right. Seems like we're trying to turn over here a little bit back up to the upside. They went and came right down to our 79. That was the level that we had. And nice rotation up here. And trying to see what it wants to do. So, been busy today. And look, like I keep saying, every time we get some rotation to the downside, we get opportunities. I mean, look, we've had, well, just our levels alone, 5 opportunities. If you took some price action opportunities along the way, maybe you got 2 or 3 more. And, and we're busy. We're watching the trade, we're moving around. You don't hear me talking that much. That's good. That is really good. Definitely not singing. So that's even better. Even the thought of it is kind of scary. But this is what happens. You have to wait for the opportunities. And like the point is that markets go down, they give us opportunities. We traders just don't like markets that rally. I mean, some people love it. They just buy and hold and just kind of, I, for trading purposes, for opportunities to scalp, for ebbs and flows, for finding those areas where the market will bounce off. Doesn't happen so much when you're trading to the upside. I have no idea why. Don't ask me why. It's just traders have always liked markets when they go down, and this is no different. And that's where we're at. So we have plenty of opportunities, and we always say that we like to average 4 or 5 trades in the course of any day. Obviously, today makes up for some of those other days that we didn't have so much. Well, Johnny, you get better. All right, we said they were kind of turning over, going back up a little bit. Resistance would be around the 94, 95 area. Uh, yeah, I mean you're scaling in if you're trading multiple contracts, so you maybe split the difference and say 95, 4.5. How's that? Again, it all depends on how many contracts you're trading, but that's where we have some resistance in that area. All right, market kind of upticking here a little bit. A little resistance around the 94, 95 area. All right, we've drifted up slowly, got up to 92 and change up here, and seeing what it wants to do. Little resistance against 94, 95 area. Um, but the longer we stay up here, the 94, 95 area becomes a little bit more tenuous. So it all, you know, that could change. All right. Well, we seem to have turned over here a little bit. The 94, 95 area is a little bit more tenuous now than it was just a little bit ago. So be a little bit careful up there. Hello there, Mark. You don't have to raise your hand. You can just chat whatever you want to do in a chat box. That's if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat box area. Can we repeat the levels one more time for us before you have your breakfast on the beach? There they are. Those are the levels that we've given out before the market opened up this morning. They are opportunities for us to scalp the market against those levels. And they're used as inflection points to give us an opportunity to make to scalp the market. We use those in the course of the day. Most of our support levels worked very nicely to give us those opportunities this morning. And we've added a couple more just in case, but the market seems to have turned over here a little bit. All right, we talked about the 94, 95 area being some resistance. The way it's playing out, it's not so much so anymore. So if you were looking for that, I guess it should have been the 92 area would have been better. But just due to the price action, I would not use that level anymore as some resistance. It'd be a little aggressive if you did take it. So just in case you were thinking about it, due to the price action, the way the market's reacting up here, we have to make that adjustment. All right, next support level on the downside, you can see we have down to 72. I know there could be other support levels along the way, but if you've traded with us this morning and you've made some money, probably you're looking at the 72 area as your next good support level. There's a couple other price action opportunities there. 82 would be one support level. Maybe go retest the 79 would be another. But if you're just looking for a solid support level, the next level is we have down there is 72. All right, with obviously gotten a little bit, maybe a little bit range bound. There's still a little bit of volatility in the market. Again, be a little bit careful here. Resistance on the upside, not to 94 or 95 anymore. Probably wouldn't be up until the 42 even area. And support right now, again, the good support would probably be down at 72. If you're going to do anything, if you're looking for a little bit different support level, probably the 82 would be your next intermediate support level. Maybe go retest the 79. but definitely our next good support level will be down at 72. All right. Well, we've had a very busy morning. We've had a lot of good opportunities this morning. The market was nice to us, gave us some good opportunities to scalp the market off of our areas and levels. And now we're just kind of floating back up here a little bit. Now we're drifting around, trying to figure out where it wants to go next. We're still up on the day, but again, it's kind of losing some of its momentum. I thought we were going to rotate back up, but it's staying kind of weak. So we'll take a little bit of a break here. We'll be here in the background in case something happens. But we had a good morning, and hopefully you traded along with us, and we're able to make a little bit of money. All right, get back here in a bit.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. If anybody needs an explanation of what we do here, just let me know back in chat. Alian, welcome. Hey, Benny, you back? Let me know in chat, Benny. Dion, let me know if you're back. Ellie, let me know if you're back. Hey, Ian, how are you? Nice to see you. Hey, Glenn, Gordon, HD, Joel. Hey, Warren, Robert, Raul, Peter O, Kurt H. Hey, Kurt, I don't think I saw you before. Welcome. KG, John B. If anybody wants a opportunity to sign up for Sal's Friends and Family, let me know. I'll be glad to help you.